Hello, Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus time travelers. Thank you very much for being here. I hope you're doing well. This is your exclusive first quarter of 2026 reading. We'll take a look at January, February, and March. Keep in mind, it is a collective general reading, not individualized nor personalized to you. Messages may come through today that don't fully resonate, and if that happens, it's okay. It just means that one message is meant for someone else. So take what fits, how it fits, leave what doesn't. Be sure to check out your other placements, and if you don't know what they are, in the description box is a link where you can obtain your free birth chart. With all of that said now, let's begin. Okay. Tapping into the Libra collective now for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. What does Libra need to know for January 2026, February 2026, and March 2026? Let's get one more shuffle here. Thank you. For January, you have Knight of Swords, the Tower, and the Page of Cups. Knight of Swords, the Tower, and the Page of Cups. February, the Hierophant, the Two of Swords, and the Four of Swords. And for March, you have the Six of Swords, you have the Two of Pentacles, and you have the Four of Cups. Your underlining energy for the first quarter: Four of Pentacles, Two of Wands, the Strength card, Ten of Swords, Page of Swords, and the Fool. Interesting. It almost looks like you are utilizing the first quarter of the year to prepare for a new beginning in your life that you can see, but you're not quite there yet. Hope that's making sense for one of you watching. I think you're getting ready for it, or at least thinking about it. Yeah, something's coming to an end here, but not in the first quarter. But you're preparing for the ending, which tells me you may be the one who's playing an intricate role in that ending, meaning it's of your choosing or of your doing. Like maybe in the first quarter, you're looking for a new job because you know at some point this year you plan on leaving your existing job or living situation or relationship or community group you volunteer in. It seems to be the ending is occurring on your terms. Clarify this more here. We're using the After Tarot deck. Can you clarify this more, please, for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements? For January, we are clarifying the Knight of Swords, the Tower, and the Page of Cups. For February, we are clarifying the Hierophant, the Two of Swords, and the Four of Swords. And for March, we're clarifying the Six of Swords, the Two of Pentacles, and the Four of Cups. One more shuffle here. Thank you. The Knight of Swords is being clarified by the Two of Swords. The Tower is being clarified by the Hierophant. The Page of Cups is clarified by the Page of Wands. The Hierophant is clarified by the Ace of Cups. The Two of Swords is clarified by the Five of Pentacles. The Four of Swords is clarified by the Queen of Pentacles. The Six of Swords is clarified by the Magician. The Two of Pentacles is clarified by the Knight of Wands. And the Four of Cups is clarified by the Six of Cups. Underlining energy. Six of Swords shows itself again. The Strength card shows itself again. And the Nine of Pentacles. That leaves the Page of Swords. You have the Fool a few cards deep in both decks here. Four of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords. I feel like you're gearing up for an ending that you've somehow been made aware of ahead of time. Like maybe this is in regards to a job that you know is contractual, or maybe you're in the middle of a divorce and you just know at some point this year there'll be finalization, or you're ending something because you're choosing to look for another job or another living situation, or to exit a marriage or a long-term connection. You definitely know of the ending. So if at the time you're watching this, you're like, I have no idea what she's talking about, and it's not even remotely hitting home for you, then it's just not your reading, and that's okay. You can check another placement. But in January, we have the Knight of Swords to the Two of Swords. You have made up your mind about something here, and you have a desire to take action, but you're not yet ready to take action, but you want to take action. There's a little bit of frustration here. Like, it's taken me a long time to make this decision. The Two of Swords astrologically is your placement. It is the moon in Libra. So it's overcoming fears, doubts, and anxieties about some new start here in your life. I think you were undecided for quite some time. In January, you're making the decision and you're moving forward with making that decision, but you're not quite yet moving forward with acting on it. We have the Tower to the Hierophant. Whatever this Hierophant represents for you, it's almost like you know it is coming to an end. Now, the Hierophant, again, could be career, could be the industry you currently work in, a community group, a political group, a religious group that you're part of. It could very well be the construct of a marriage or a long-term connection. But the Tower to the Hierophant is your sudden realization that I need to start making some plans about what happens when this ends. So again, you are aware of the ending, whether it's happening by design of an external force and you've just been made aware of it, or you are creating that ending. Again, this is going to be a super specific message. And so that Page of Cups to the Page of Wands, this is a card of beginning to emotionally invest in what will life look like or be like when this comes to an end. It's discovering maybe how to exit this. It could be discovering what life will be like afterwards. Like, let's say I'm speaking to a Libra and you've decided to relocate. Maybe that Hierophant represents a community that you have been part of for a long time. Maybe it's the town you grew up in. And you're like, I'm really excited, but I'm not quite yet ready to move. So in that Page of Wands, I'm just going to discover, because that's like the Lewis and Clark of pages for me. I'm going to discover what new housing opportunities are out there. So that's why I get this feeling of like, I'm taking action on my own behalf to make this decision. I have this sudden realization that whatever this Hierophant represents for me will not be in my life long term. And I'm getting excited and hopeful about what the new will be. But because I'm not ready to jump fully into it, because we don't have the Fool card until we're a couple cards deep, we have the Minor Arcana card to the Fool card instead. And this is like, I'm going to discover what life is like or what life could be like after I exit this. In February, we have the Hierophant to the Ace of Cups, the Two of Swords to the Five of Pentacles, and the Four of Swords to the Queen of Pentacles. I mean, for a lot of you, this could be career related, but if you want to take this as relationship, you can. Again, I feel like you are in control of this. So this is now exploring new Hierophants. This is exploring what life will be like if you're leaving a committed partnership or marriage, and what will life be like when you are on your own and single, or what will your life be like when you're in another relationship. It's possible I'm speaking to a Libra where you have a choice between two and you are deciding to exit one at some time in the future and enter another one. This could very well be the exploration of new job opportunities. Again, for those of you where the Hierophant is representing work or other community groups you want to join, if you're considering leaving one, or a new place to live, if that is what the Hierophant represents for you. Two of Swords to that Five of Pentacles. Again, we see that Two of Swords where it was like, I don't know what I want to do about this Five of Pentacles. You now in February know exactly what you're going to do. And this requires you to save yourself. And that's what you're deciding to do in February. It's like, I know I need to extract myself out of here. I'm looking at opportunities and possibilities how to do that. I'm interested in creating something new here. Again, new job, living situation, etc., etc. And now this is you saying, I am the only one who can determine this, because in the After Tarot deck, like typically in the Five of Pentacles, we see people shivering outside, hobbling outside. What's behind them is usually a place of sanctuary, some type of religious or community organization building is behind them. And really what the card suggests is you might feel alone or isolated or down on your luck or without money or without even food for those of you that are in that situation. It's like, but if you only go inside, you could get the assistance or money or food, shelter, etc. that you need. And so as a card of someone feeling like lack, help is within reach, but they're so lost in the despair of what they're feeling, they're not thinking about turning around and just going inside. But in the After Tarot deck, the person has gone inside. They're now walking out, and it's still snow. It's still a difficult time that they're in, but they have a whole bag of goodies on their back. So this is someone who's decided to rescue themselves, and that's a decision here that you're making. So again, we have this decision here in January to leave behind the Hierophant. In February, it's like, I really need to start getting my priorities in check. I need to start getting stuff in order for the eventuality when that day comes that I exit whatever this is or the contract closes up. And so I almost see here like this could be an accumulation in February of starting to build your wealth to exit whatever this is, putting yourself out there to look for new job opportunities, new housing solutions, maybe even a side job for those of you where you currently are employed. You don't want to leave your job, but you're looking to make some extra money. That could be it as well. Like you're going on interviews and you're coming out with some kind of little part-time job, or you started a side gig here, a new Hierophant on the side, still maintaining this one for now, and making some extra money. But the point of the message here in February is you are pulling yourself up by the bootstraps. and you are finding alternate ways on how to successfully exit whatever this is, and you're starting to build a foundation to the new. And that Four of Swords to the Queen of Pentacles, yeah, this very well, by you doing this, you are, one, healing yourself, you are restabilizing yourself, you are nurturing yourself, you're very future orientated. This is also an investment card. That Queen of Pentacles is investing time, love, money into themselves and into this new future plan here that they now have. I don't think you're acting on anything yet. Again, I don't think that's coming for a couple of more months, maybe quarter 2, possibly quarter 3. But this is an act of love that you feel you need to do for yourself to exit whatever that is. And again, I don't think you're exiting it in the first quarter, but you are preparing to. In March, we have the Six of Swords to the Magician. This is active manifestation. This is not just asking God to bring something to you, a job opportunity, a new living situation, an exit from whatever this is. This is you going out there into the world, working shoulder to shoulder with the divine and saying, this is what I need to exit whatever this is. And I'm putting in my best efforts. I'm utilizing all 4 aces to make this new opportunity come into my life. And I'm asking you to co-create with me. That's what you're doing here, whether you're doing it consciously or subconsciously. This is a little silent agreement between you and God, or you and the universe here. I'm going to do my part to make things happen. I'm going out into the world. I need you to meet me halfway. Two of Pentacles to the Knight of Wands, and off you go. In a very balanced way, in a very moderate way, slowly beginning. And I say slowly because the Knight of Wands is clarified here by the Two of Pentacles, but slowly beginning to get closer to, I'm going to call it the end date of whatever this is. That's what it looks like to me. And the Four of Cups to the Six of Cups, there is something here about nostalgia. Something in your life at some point in time was the 10 of Cups. 4 plus 6 is 10. It's no longer in your life, or it will be phasing out of your life as this ending occurs. Now, this could be you reminiscing about the good old days of this job when you first started. Maybe back then it was the 10 of Cups, and maybe you met a lot of soulmates there, and some of them will continue to be in your life as you leave that job and move forward. But the job itself has become the 4 of Cups. So there is this kind of, gee, if this would be as good as it used to be, I wouldn't have to be making this decision to like forward future plan and exit from it. So there is a little lamenting here about the past, whatever that Six of Cups represents to you, the person, the partnership, the community, the neighborhood, etc., etc. But nonetheless, you are still moving forward into the future, expecting to leave behind whatever this is. But again, I don't think you're doing it in the first quarter, because the underlining energy here is I need to hold on to whatever this is. I need to hold on to this job, 4 of Pentacles, until I could 2 of Wands, find a new job so I can exit, right? Because this is, in some of the cards that I have, the 2 of Wands says future planning on it. So this is like, I got to hold on to this before I leave this. Or for others of you, I'm stuck here until I find something better. So I'm stuck living here until I find something better. I'm stuck in this marriage or relationship until I can find the way out or a way forward. So you can claim this how you want. For those of you where you're holding on to this until you find the new, that message would apply. And for others of you, you just feel stuck here. You're like, oh, I would have left this yesterday if I could, but I can't. There's some sense of obligation to that Hierophant. So it's like, I'm stuck here until I can move in the future. And so again, we have the fire energy of Leo here in the Strength card, but this is holding yourself back. It's also reassuring yourself that where you're at, you will not be in the future. So it's almost like you're giving yourself a pep talk subconsciously throughout the first 3 months of the year. Like, hang in there. We won't be here forever. We won't be holding on to this forever. We won't be stuck here forever. We are moving forward. It's almost like you're telling yourself, don't get sad, or don't think that this is, we're going to be here forever type of thing. We're going to make it through this. And I feel like it's a you to you conversation here. Again, I think most of you are doing it subconsciously, because very similar cards in the After Tarot deck, the Six of Swords, Strength, and the Nine of Pentacles. Again, I feel like it's a subconscious conversation, and maybe for some of you consciously, telling yourself throughout the first 3 months of the year, when there are some challenges here, hang in there. We're moving forward. We can't move yet, but we're going to take our time. We're going to do this right. So you're holding yourself back, and you're also like, it's like you're giving yourself a hug here. Look at that card. You're giving yourself a hug, like it's going to be okay. Before we know it, we will be single, free, independent, self-sufficient, financially abundant, more so than what we are right now. The Page of Swords is that card of inquiry. Very interested in the new. Looking forward with great anticipation to the new life, the new chapter, new job, being single, again, whatever this is for you. And then we have the Ten of Swords in this deck. Again, Page of Swords and the Fool. So it's anticipating this ending because you know about it contractually ending or something like that. Or you just know that it will end when you say it ends. And again, we have the Page of Swords to the Fool. I mean, it's in two different decks. So it's, by the time you get to the end of March, it's like the end is in sight. Again, I don't think it's within reach, but it is within sight. And so it's giving you hope. There's also a little bit of nervousness that knows that this is ending. Because again, even though this didn't end up being what you thought it would be, or it's not long-term, or it's not long-lasting, it's a comfort zone. And sometimes the scariest things we do is leave a comfort zone. This may be a comfort zone, but there's so much more out there waiting for you. And I know you are prepared to leave whatever this is behind, and it looks like you're making the preparations. When you do finally disengage from whatever this is, and most of you will do this second, third, maybe even fourth quarter, because I don't know where you are in that timeline. It might be rough at first, but hang in there. Things are going to get better for you simply because you followed this path and made this decision. I don't know why, but someone needs to hear that. This might be rough. Exiting it might be rough, but I assure you it's going to be okay. Okay. The Hierophant. Let's clarify that Hierophant for you. I'd like to get a little bit more of an idea of what that is that you're contemplating leaving. Tell me about the Hierophant. Tell me about the Hierophant here. One more shuffle here. Thank you. The Hierophant, clarified by the King of Pentacles, the Two of Cups, and Judgment. Bottom of the deck, wow, the Magician. So at some point in time, the Hierophant here for you is representing a partnership of some kind, professional, platonic, or romantic, that you agreed to enter and that you made the judgment call that at that time you thought it was the best thing for you, for your long-term stability. Again, a relationship, a job, a career path, a living situation, etc., etc., etc. You chose to enter it. It offered you, at some point in time, structure, partnership, potential, abundance. And it was something you manifested. It's something you actively worked to manifest for yourself. What is it becoming? Or what has it become, I should say. What has it become? I think your realization here is it no longer is what it was supposed to be or what it once was. That's the feeling here. What has it become? Clarify the second Hierophant here. What has it become? I feel like it's become a trap. What has it become for Libra? One more shuffle. Thank you. Okay, I'm going to take this. What has it become? It's a lot. Wheel of Fortune, Four of Swords again, Seven of Swords, the Hermit, the Ten of Swords again, the Nine of Cups, the Knight of Swords again, and the Four of Wands. Oh, Seven of Cups and the Four of Wands. Wow, that's a lot of cards, but I'm going to take them. What has it become? A cycle of your life, a chapter of your life, one that you are now heavily contemplating moving on from. If at some point in time it offered you structure and stability and abundance, it no longer does. And so continuing to exist in it feels like a form of deception to oneself. And so in that Hermit energy, it's like you're really going within and saying, I don't want to do this anymore or be here anymore or engage with whatever this is anymore. Because the Ten of Swords to the Nine of Cups says it's no longer wish fulfillment. It no longer makes me happy. It's no longer a place of comfort, happiness, and satisfaction. In fact, I feel betrayed by whatever this is. And if I continue to stay here, I am then betraying myself as well. So again, with that Knight of Swords, I'm making the decision to seek out other options and choices when it comes to rebuilding the stability I once found in whatever or whomever that is. I hope that made sense for someone watching. So at one time hopeful and abundant, and now it no longer is. And your determination here seems to be, if I continue to stay in it, I'm now betraying myself as well. That's a lot of mental processing. And again, if this isn't a person or a place or a job, it could be a habit within you. I mean, we didn't see the devil card, but the Hierophant would be something rooted in you. This could be you radically changing your religious beliefs after heavy contemplation, radically changing your political beliefs after heavy contemplation. It could be you choosing, again, I go back to, we didn't see the devil card, but it could be you choosing a pattern, some type of habit you had that at some time was foundational to who you are. I've always been a smoker. I've always been blank. I've always done blank, right? Drinking, drugs, whatever. And I'm realizing that it no longer serves me. And I'm betraying myself by continuing to engage in this or overindulge in this. And now I'm seeking out ways on how I can become clear or sober of it. So again, you take that Hierophant how you see fit. I just see you working to exit it. January is the acknowledgement it no longer is what it was. February seems to be the, I now need to make a solid plan how to conclude this chapter of my life. And March is moving forward ever so cautiously towards the new. What are you manifesting here? What are you manifesting? A little daydreamy energy of what life will be like when this finally ends. One more shuffle. Thank you. The Knight of Cups, the Two of Swords again, and that Nine of Pentacles. So this is 3 decks now. We've seen the Two of Swords in all of them. So what will this be like? And the answer here is, I don't know. When I become single, free, independent, and autonomous of whatever this is, and I reach a level of wishes fulfilled and comfort and happiness and satisfaction with whatever this is, I don't really know what that's going to look like. But the Knight of Cups says, I'm going to use my imagination. And that was the feeling I had when I started pulling those cards to clarify the Magician card. I said, I almost feel like kind of like you're imagining. And that's what it is. I don't really know. When I become single and free and independent of this, I don't really know what life will be like when I leave this behind, or I give up this habit, or I move on from this marriage one day. But I can imagine what it'll be like. And imagination is fueling you in March to move towards the light at the end of the tunnel. That again, it's not within full reach, but it is within clear view. 4 of Cups to the 6 of Cups. This is almost a feeling like I should have made different decisions in the past. It's also remembering the good times of whatever this was, or the good times of that particular chapter. One more shuffle here. Thank you. 4 of Cups came out again. The Ace of Cups and the 8 of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, the Emperor. Yeah, I think in March there's a little bit of contemplation, reevaluating that past chapter. What did it mean? What was its intended purpose? Why did I stay there so long? Why did I pour so much pentacle energy into it? What happened to all of the hope that I once had for it? It's overwhelming emotion that you will be feeling at some point in March as you start seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. There's relief here, and there's also a feeling of, I know the closer I get to the light at the end of the tunnel, the further away I'm getting from the start of the tunnel where I first entered. And that means once I make it through to the other side, I'm never going back there. And there's a little bit of sadness in that, even though this did not turn out the way you thought it would. But Emperor to the Sun to the Queen of Cups. You know, when you get to the end of the tunnel, the sun on your face is going to feel really fucking good. Even if you have a lot more steps to take before you get there. And that's what's fueling you. Imagination. It's a really good reading, Libra. Really, really good reading. There will be cause to celebrate. And don't worry about the new beginning. You're going to be just fine. Let's get you some oracle cards, and we'll close it out with kippers. You're going to make it. You're going to be stronger than ever, more grounded, more abundant. Fret not. I'm really excited to do your readings for the rest of the year. Can we get 3 cards for Libra here for January, February, and March for the Libra Collective? One more shuffle. Thank you. Own your own path. I'll read them to you in a second. Balance. inspiration. I told you, imagination is going to fuel this for you. The bottom of the deck, enlightenment. Look at that. The light. You can see it. It's not quite, again, not quite in reach, but you can see it. All right, let's get you a couple more, and then I'll read them to you, and we'll close it off with kippers. Whew, went deep on this one. I can feel it. Okay, for Libra, let's clarify January, February, March, oracle for each month for the Libra collective. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Ancient Castle, Sacred Flame, Reflective Sun. I can't believe it. Cleansing Rain at the bottom of the deck. So January, own your path. Take responsibility for your journey, making choices that align with your true self and your true purpose. And that's what you're doing. You're making the choice to move on from whatever or whomever this is for you. Ancient Castle, fortify your defenses. Strength comes from within. I think that's what you're doing with all of these strength cards and the underlining energy here. It's like you keep telling yourself, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. And yeah, you're realizing your strength does come from within. And I think you're fortifying your defenses by subconsciously, possibly even consciously, continuing to talk to yourself. You are leaving something behind that at some point in the future, you'll look back and it will appear to be ancient, right? Just something off in the distance. Balance. Achieve harmony within yourself, creating stability in all areas of life. This is the making the decision to pull yourself out of whatever this is and to start creating a plan, strategy, or accumulation of wealth, or maybe even emotional, like building on your self-worth to exit whatever this is. And then you have Sacred Flame. Ignite your passion. Let your spirit burn bright. I think that's exactly what you're doing here. And then March, inspiration. There goes your imagination at work here. Gain insights and wisdom from life. That's what you're doing. And Reflective Sunset. Reflect on your journey. That's what you're doing. 4 Cups card here to the 6 of Cups. And find gratitude in every moment of the past. And now you are moving forward towards the sun. As one sunset is, the sun is going down here, but it's rising over here. And you're sort of stuck in between at this point in time. But Cleansing Rain, you will be letting go. This is a renewal in some aspect or chapter of your life. The rain will wash away the old. And then the Enlightenment card. Gain deep understanding and insight. You will now open the door to new wisdom. And I also believe a new chapter. This has been a long time coming for the Libra Collective. Those of you that this message resonates with, I know it hasn't been easy for you. I want you to continue to hang in there because now you are creating your own path. And it's going to feel really good once you get there. So hang in there. 2 cards here for January, please. 2 cards here for February. And 2 cards here for March. Thank you. I'm going to take the cards even when they go on the side, okay? We have family room and we have lovers. I think you are making the choice. I think you enter January undecided about what you will do with something. Could be a family, but I always see family room as just something that has been comfortable. Again, a sense of comfort or stability or a comfort zone in your life. And this is you entering the month of January undecided about what you're going to do in regards to it. And then in February, we have Thief in the reverse and House in the reverse. Whatever was structured or stable back there, you're deciding to move on from it. It has taken enough from you. Remember with that 7 of Swords card. So this is like, if I continue to stay in this, not only is it continuing to deceive me or backstab me or betray me in some way, I'm also doing it to myself. And then for March, you have Pathway on the side and you have Concern on the side. So again, remember I was saying there is a little concern here. If I don't really know what my life will look like when I exit whatever this is, there's a new path before me. I'm not quite there yet, but I can certainly see the sun. And then you have Great Fortune. This is what you're moving towards. Great Fortune when you change your life. And Privileged Lady, which to me in this deck is the 9 of Pentacles. And we have that here twice. So you are moving on, becoming free, independent, single, autonomous of something that at some point in time created abundance or hope or happiness, or at least had the potential for that. It no longer does. You're coming to that realization and you're starting to make a plan to exit it. Again, I don't see any 3D movement in the everyday life, but internally to you and between you and God, or you and the universe in the 5D, there's a lot of movement happening. So that is what I have for you, Libra. That is what the first 3 months of 2026 will be like for you. If you like that message, it resonates with you, you want to claim all or part of it, please be sure to click like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hype the video if you're able to do that. And until I read for you again, I am wishing you light, love, and peace.